We are live. Hello. All right. I changed my shirt. I was telling the mods I was amusement park gross. I literally just came from Disneyland and I just got raced back home and there was a ton of traffic, so I apologize for being late. I was actually trying to stream from my phone in the car. I wasn't driving, my wife was driving, and I've had zero luck trying to, excuse me one second here, trying to, my OCD. Anyway, trying to live stream from my phone. It said live. I could see the chat, and you guys were talking about squirrels and paths and trees or something. I don't know. And so I was doing my spiel, and I realized no one was reacting. No one cared. And then I realized it's not working. So I fumbled around with that for many, many minutes. And then by the time I realized that, well, I just realized we were almost home. So at that point, I gave up. And then I had River here in my lap. We were talking about Girl Scout cookies, and then I realized that I actually hadn't started streaming yet. So it's a typical, what am I going to say? It's a typical stream. So, oh, River's back. I had her, hey, Riv, come here. Okay. Oh, look at your shirt. It's got all sorts of stains on it. So, from Disneyland. So, do you have a message for the people that have been supporting your Girl Scout campaign? What do you say? Say hi.
Hi.
My name is River.
My name is River.
And?
And?
I have the best daddy in the whole world.
I'm the best dad in the whole world.
All right. Well, thank people for the people that have already bought Girl Scout cookies. You want to thank them?
Thank you for buying my Girl Scout cookies.
Okay, that's it. All right. So it's late, so you have to get ready for bed. Okay. Thanks for coming up. Okay.
Okay.
Say goodbye to everybody. Okay. All right. See you later. Okay. That's my Girl Scout cookie commercial. So I was gonna do this whole thing. You know what? I was gonna do this whole thing based on how can I sell more Girl Scout cookies? Because I'm just competitive. It's not really about the money because only a fraction of the money goes to the Girl Scout troop. But I am competitive, and the world record for a single scout selling cookies is 22,000 boxes, which is about $110,000 gross. So, yeah, we'll see what happens this year. All I can say is look for new records to be set. Anyway, so I had this idea of using this platform, and then the Girl Scouts are sticklers for rules, and they will allow some things online and not some other things. So you see, from what I can tell from the outside looking in, they're kind of struggling with, this new online age and how it impacts what they, Girl Scout cookies have been around since 1917, and they were sold primarily, I think, door to door. But at this point, I don't know if I want my kid going door to door. And then with online sales, it just seems like this is the best way to go. Anyway, this could be darker. I'm going to do one thing here. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to hype up there we go. Maybe that's too much. There we go. Does that look better? Okay. So, does that look good? It looks a little dark. Oh, that's too much. Sorry. Or maybe that's just my screen. Okay. Is that better? Yeah. So, yeah, that sucks. You can't buy Girl Scout cookies outside the country, but you can still donate. And I'll get to that while I'm drawing here. So this is like a horrible timeshare kind of thing. You're gonna have to listen to me ramble on about Girl Scout cookies, and you're like, Jim, I've never known you were so passionate about Girl Scout cookies. I'll explain the whole history of this. And but I will do something else, and which is draw while I talk. And so you can just hit mute. You don't have to listen to any of this. You can just watch the drawing. Anyway, so yeah, you can't buy them overseas, but so they're struggling with like, how do I deal with Girl Scout cookies in this digital age? And honestly, the rules don't make too much sense to me. For example, you can market them online and talk about them, but you can't transact them online except through a link to the official Girl Scout portal. They create a homepage for every scout, and people can go there and order cookies, but they can only be shipped to you, right? And I know that actually they're testing it out in some markets where you can just buy and then hand pick them up, and they're going to see how well that works. And honestly, that's the way it should be. You should have the option of just picking it up or having it dropped off, because so many people don't live exactly in the same neighborhood, and you travel a lot, or you have family in different cities or whatever. So but yeah, so they don't want people setting up like eBay pages or Amazon pages and basically just wholesaling, or not wholesaling, but just selling cookies online, just a static page. But honestly, why not? I mean, what does it matter? And they're also very kind of into territory, so you can't sell outside your scout troop province boundaries. But again, in this day and age where we have so many friends and connections, everyone does, really, all over the world, or certainly all across America. What does it matter where they're buying? It's not like a turf war, because online portals, the online platform, just kind of it disrupts this whole notion that you can't geo-lock your sales. I mean, you could, I guess, but why? So really, they should, this idea of just anyway. So they've got all these kind of rules, and I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually. But I think really in the future, people can just buy wherever. So yeah, so there's no international sales, and you can buy them locally. But I feel like there should be an option where you could buy it online, and then if I see you at WonderCon, I could just give you the cookies. Why not? But they don't have that. So you have to buy them online, and then you have to pay for the shipping, and it has to go through them. So I can't take PayPal or any of that other stuff. I have these other ideas of how I was going to use this platform to sell cookies, but I don't want to run afoul of the rules, because if you do, you will lose your ability to sell cookies, or they'll dock you, or they'll penalize you some of the money that goes to your troop to help pay for troop activities like, helping out with charitable organizations, or spending time at nursing homes, or going to museums, all that kind of stuff, which is the real reason why kids do this, I think. But why am I into it? So I registered as a Girl Scout, so I'm an official Girl Scout at this point. But as a kid, I was also a Boy Scout, a Weeblo, and a Cub Scout. And my sister was a Brownie and Girl Scout. And my nephew is currently I guess he's a Cub Scout. And a lot of fond memories of scouting, and it is kind of indoctrination. I shouldn't even say all this because it's going to be recorded. If anyone from the Girl Scout organization saw this, they said, no. First rule of Girl Scouts is we do not use these words, indoctrination, and other things. But, they have their code of behavior, and it was funny because my daughter's Girl Scout troop, they got together, and they immediately went over, I think there was like a badge for sharing or something, sharing is caring or something, some notion of taking turns. And literally the next day after their meeting at the school they all go to on the playground, they all like hung out, and they basically put these beliefs into action. They took turns, and they prided themselves on kind of following these ideals of behavior. And I was just, very, as a parent, you can't help but go like, oh, that's so sweet. And then that kind of makes me wonder, what the hell were they doing before? Were they literally like, was it like a MMA pit, like the octagon? I got that slide, and they're just like ripping each other's throats out. I don't know, but I'm glad that we brought some civility to the playground through the Girl Scouts of America. So thank you, Girl Scouts of America. Your streams are so interesting, and by interesting, I don't know what you're talking about. That's what he means. That's an interesting way of saying you are really surprising me with what you're saying. You're gonna get kicked out. Don't say that. Don't say that. Honey Boo Boo got kicked out because she was selling Girl Scout cookies online because she's not a Girl Scout. I am a Girl Scout, so I can do that. And then I think she was also selling signed boxes online. I would never do that. But if a little sketch got inside a box that was ordered random, like a sketch got inside a box randomly that was ordered online, I mean, that would be pretty cool, right? I would never do that, though, because that would probably be illegal. My rants, these are not rants. Is that H lead in the holder? Dude, you are bringing down the Girl Scout discussion with your questions about tools. I can tell you immediately that this is not H. H is too hard for me. I am a softer kind of artist. I personally like the effusence, if that's even a word. I don't think it is, but of HB lead or F lead. Just FYI, I drank a lot of coffee on the way home. Anyway, so what are we doing? Okay, so I put the chat on a different computer than the streaming computer, and hopefully that will help with some of the lag we were having before. The idea was to stream off a PC because there's this belief, and I share this belief, that OBS is really more optimized for the PC platform than the Mac. And I was going to do that, but I literally just got home. And so that was not set up. And why, do you ask, do you not pre-plan these things a little better? Why do you wait till the last minute to do this stuff? Well, look, guys, it's been a very, very busy weekend. I had a stream scheduled for 10 a.m. yesterday, and I failed to show. And there was a lot of stuff going on. My wife's mother was thrown from a horse. Why? I don't know of why she was on a horse, to be honest. We have self-driving cars at this point, so whatever. And so she fractured her sacral, thoracic, and lumbar vertebrae. And so she's in the hospital. She's going to have to wear this like RoboCop. Actually, it looks like a military vest in PUBG. Everything kind of relates back to PUBG at this point. But she has to wear this body brace for like 2 months. And you wear it outside of your clothes. So I'm going to live stream that when that happens, dude, because I think that is online gold as far as I can tell. So yeah, but anyway, so my wife was in the hospital Friday for most of the day, and then our son Mason was hosting a sleepover, so he had some of his 12-year-old, 13-year-old buddies, two of them, and then one of them at 2 in the morning they were watching a movie. Even though I set them down to go to sleep, they decided they're going to watch a movie at 2 in the morning. I guess it's better than going out and doing, like egging someone's house or whatever. So while they're watching this movie in the dark, they're throwing. They said they ate a peanut M&M, but then I found out later they were throwing M&Ms at each other while they were watching. I don't think they were watching this movie. I think they were literally just pelting each other with candy in the dark, because that's what boys like to do. Sublimation, I think. Anyway. So one of these peanut M&Ms ended up in this kid's mouth, and he consumed it. And so I'm upstairs because I was working later. Maybe I was on PUBG. One or the other. Choose what you want to believe. Believe what you want to choose. Choose what you want to believe. That's better. Anyway, so yeah, they come up at 2:30 in the morning, right? I think Ren working. Thanks for ratting me out, dude. Crispy, all these guys. See, PK has my back. He knows I was working hard. Anyway, the kid comes up, and this kid rarely talks to me, and he's like, so-and-so just ate a peanut M&M, and he is starting to choke and get scratchy, and I'm like, what? And I've never dealt with this before, but anyway, he had a peanut allergy, and so we went to the emergency room, and so it was in the hospital. from like 2:45 or 3 till 4. I don't know, 2:45. And I told the kids, because they all decided to come along. It was like stand by me, and I said, be prepared to see a bunch of drunk people with blood gushing out of their foreheads, because that's usually what happens when I go to the emergency room. And I've gone to the emergency room with every single kid at this point. I've actually gone in a ambulance with the sirens going with one of the kids. So I've seen it all, like stitches, gashed back of the head, injuries from falling in the shower. And none of this was my fault. These are just, these these are very just clumsy kids at this point, and kids that have stuck their fingers in treadmills and had the flesh torn off. That was Kelsey. She decided at a young age she didn't know what happened in that space between the treadmill and the plastic, like so, and the tread goes like this, and she stuck her finger in there, and it just, her skin on one of her fingers went flying off. And then another one fell on a glass table and cut herself here, and yeah. Anyway, so we race over to the emergency room, and then he gets out of the car and then just projectile vomits once, twice, 3 times. And at this point, I'm like, do we go in the emergency room? Because that would be very awkward, projectile vomiting on all these like drunk people, blood gushing out of their foreheads. I don't want to get in a fight. I mean, I will fight if I have to, but I don't want to get in a fight because of the headlines, right? And at this point, I figure he's mostly done with the vomiting, and so we get in. They see him right away because he doesn't look good, and we're all panicking at this point because we don't know what's happening. And yeah, so then we were there for a couple hours, and he broke out in hives and all these other things that happen. And I called his parents, and they eventually came and relieved us. But then they were there, I think, till 7 o'clock in the morning. So it was like, and this kid had never actually eaten a peanut before, but they knew he was allergic because when he was a kid, some peanut butter got on his face, and he broke out in hives as a little kid. And so these are real things, very dangerous. And so now I've got EpiPens pens like all over the house. I've got like 4 right on my pockets right now. So at this point, I'm ready to inject. Anyway, how many fights have I been in? Too many to count. Too many to count. Allergies have priority in ERs. Yeah, for sure. But I've been River, when she was a little baby, she had like 106 degree. 106? Yeah, she had a really high fever, and yeah, we were there all night long. All right, my stream has just frozen. This is awful. I'm hoping that this is still going on, but it's just been frozen on my end. Can this be confirmed? There's no way for me to know. I'm going to hit refresh. Oh my God. If I sit super still like this, you won't know if it's frozen or not. My phone, my watch gave me away. Stream is still good. Thank you. Thank you. LUL. You cannot even like laugh under live. I mean, what LUL? That's okay. So, thank you, Crispy. All right. I'll just go back to, I don't know what I was talking about. So yeah, it was a very eventful Friday night. And at that point, I knew I had to stream when I got home at 4. Like, oh, I have to get up in like 4 hours if I'm going to do this. And I just called the Audible and decided to postpone it. And realizing I had this potentially the next day, or that I had it planned, not potentially, for real. And so we went to Disneyland. It was awesome. Beautiful day in Anaheim, perfect weather. And the reason why we went is just guilt. I'm traveling a lot in the next 2-3 weeks, and if I don't see my family, there's so many people in our family, they just go like, "Who are you again?" Like, so I have to sort of through repetition, through like really these amazing experiences, establish who I am in the hierarchical structure of the family. And so we went and had an afternoon in Disneyland. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, our 4-year-old went on. No, what am I saying? Our 6-year-old went on Space Mountain with us, and I thought she would be terrified, and she loved it. So shows you what I know. But then they went on Tower of Terror, which has been rebranded like Guardians of the Galaxy, and they were horrified. They were scarred for life, I'm pretty sure. So good job, Dad. Okay. Do you ever go straight into ink? I can do that. Absolutely, I go straight into ink. But I find that it scares people. Like it's too much. It's too much information. Like overloads the brain. Like we can do a piece that goes straight to ink and see what you guys think. Probably be really crappy. All right, so this Friday, I am going to. I'm looking for a brush. I'm not practicing my boxing skills here. All right, where the hell? Okay. I want that Pluto. Oh yes, yes. So while I was at, excuse me, 1 second. Okay, got set. No, it's Renee. It's normally I stream at like 10 in the morning on Sunday. I'm like, yeah. So, what do you guys want? Like, this is like prime time, 8 o'clock Sunday night. I just had a mocha grande, no whip from Starbucks, and I chugged it on the way home. Anyway, and so this is like when I'm most awake. This is when I go out and hunt for prey. So, okay, I don't even know what I'm doing. I do have a Pluto drawing. So at the at Disneyland, they have this artist's workshop or something. I don't know. You get to actually draw. You get trained by a Disney animator to draw a Disney character, and the character they had was Pluto. And I hate drawing dogs, so of course I had to sign up for that one. And they have an animator on stage that kind of walks you through it, and it kind of gave me some ideas for how we should even do our draw along, and how I've done things like that in live panels at conventions before. And it was interesting. And so, yeah, I posted that picture of my Pluto, and of course it was really kind of a dead Pluto. The line work, because I was just trying to replicate what she gave me, it had no life to it when I say it was dead, right? And so I feel like, when that was my first drawing of Pluto ever. And so someday, never, I'll do another one. There's a barking dog. Wouldn't you know it? I create a leaf blower emote, and I've got a barking dog, our neighbor's dog barking. Just goes to show you. Okay. So in my mind, I was like, oh, I could do this tonight. And just kind of started off. Oh, so all right, getting back to the Girl Scouts, I'm like losing my track of mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my train of thought is the expression I'm looking for. So if you are in the continental, going back. Sorry, going back. So if you live overseas, you can't buy the cookies. But also, if you're not really into cookies, you can just donate the cost of a box of cookies to charities. They have charities, I guess, the military and some other charities. And so you can donate the money. Obviously, there's no shipping involved. So it's another way of supporting the Girl Scouts of America. But if you do live in the continental United States and don't mind putting on a few pounds, please order some Girl Scout cookies through this link right here. And if I were a better dad and more on time, right now you would have seen a link appear underneath. If you clicked it, it would take you to the website. There is no website. There's no button here. So you will have to go back to my Twitter account. I have a tweet. If you click in the middle, I'm talking slowly for Crispy because I know that this stuff confuses him sometimes. If you go to the Twitter feed, the top tweet has a link. You click that, and then it gives you a page. I am not on drugs. I'm on caffeine. Actually, caffeine is a drug. Everything's a drug at this point. Oxygen is a drug. Man, don't nobody want your cookies. Is that a double negative mean they do, or are you just angry and have lost track of your negatives? Is that a single negative or double negative, dude? All right. Or you can go to my Instagram account, and in the bio, there's a link there as well. So I can't, so originally I had this idea of, well, I'll sketch, and if they buy 100 boxes, meaning combined, anybody, I'll give away a sketch during that time. And then the next echelon would be 200 boxes more. And if there's 200 boxes, then I would give away another sketch, and then we'll keep doubling. And eventually it'll get to the point where no one said, I'm Girl Scout cookied out, no more, and then I would be done. But then I'm like, that's just, I don't know. That, I thought it was diabolical, but maybe too diabolical. And that's really not in the spirit of this channel. So I'm just going to look. I'm just going to mention every now and then, and I'm just going to draw until I started late, so 7:30, 8:30. I'll stream till like 9 o'clock, I think, which is midnight East Coast time, 6 o'clock in the morning in Europe. But I figure in this stream, none of those people in Europe can buy these damn cookies. So, yeah, no worries, right? As the kids say, no worries. No worries. All right. So at this point, I kind of want to do half of this image in shadow. But getting back to this other story, my mother-in-law is still in the hospital. So there's just a lot going on. And I was trying to figure out another time to stream, but there's, like I said, it gets very busy sometimes. So you can plan and plan and plan, and then real life literally throws you off a horse, and you must recalibrate, adapt, and figure out where you want to be. Okay. And the kid can never come back out. No, the kid's a sweet kid. I've had other kids literally just projectile vomit like all over our couch. I'm like, whoo. And just because they ate unusual combinations of food, You know how it is when you're a kid. Like anything can make you vomit. I remember eating too much like cherry pie or too much coffee for the first time, and it just made me sick. Unusual combinations of food, yeah. Superhero swimmer. I hate little kids. Superhero swimmer's like 16 years old. I've got some news to share with you. You're still a little kid. Actually, anyone under 30 is still a little kid as far as I'm concerned. Anyone who has a credit rating under 750 or doesn't know what a credit rating is still a kid. Yeah, I'm still a little kid. Yeah, Crispy, you are an adult. You are. Yes. Yes. All right, maybe I should up the credit rating score. 750s for pikers. All right. Okay. At this point, you can see how slow it is inking with a brush. It's just a lot easier to take Kleenex like this. All right. Which hand is it in? Left or right? This is a really weird stream. You're right. Left or right? Which hand? Quick. Crispy says left. Someone says Einstein says right. Oh, more people saying left, right. I'm watching the video. Let me see if I can tell from the video. Left, no good. Right, no good. Hey! Middle. Now I'm gonna cough it out. My kids actually believe that one, so. All right, so we're gonna I'm just stalling, dude. I got an hour and a half to kill, and I've run out of ink. Crap. Witchcraft. What an entertainer. Hey, man. You guys are going to be demanding that I permanently move these streams to Sunday night. I still have to draw tonight, i.e. work. I have run out of ink. I don't know where my other bottle is going to be. Let's see what I've got. I think I have enough to kind of get me past this piece here. Maybe. No, I've run out. Okay, 1 second, guys. Be right back. All right, I'm back. This feels like a new bottle. This is slimy, I don't know why. All right. Okay, let's put it right here. And I'm going to go mostly with black here. And I want this to be a little drier so I can get some medium values here. Okay. And sure, why not? Let's go there. That. Maybe a little bit more. Kind of this idea of this eye being mostly gray, but then I'm thinking here a little bit and here, right there, right? Still too wet. That's wet. I'm gonna go in here. And maybe a little bit up here. Okay, and I think it is, no, still not gray. Still not gray. Still not gray. To vamp a little bit. Okay, there we go. Get some grayness there. When I say gray, it's just basically a dry brush effect. So I can kind of do that. That. Maybe make some of these teeth over here kind of grayish. Right? Obviously did not brush his teeth. Joker doesn't strike me as a character that would brush his teeth a lot. And they should say that. They should go, like when he gets close to a victim, they should be like, oh, the stench. Right? Or would he be the character where it would be very kind of different from what you expected? It smells like lilacs or butterscotch or something. Hey, does the DC Talent Workshop ever have a session for colors? No, but sometimes we have colors like Alex and Claire come up and talk to the artists about color art. I should draw Darth Vader. I've never drawn Darth Vader, as far as I know. I'm sure I have. Don't they color his teeth yellow in some comics? Yes, I do. Pleasure to watch. So smooth, says Mark. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Like snow, who smells like roses. Austin Burroughs' art goes to the profane. I can't even repeat what you said, sir. Do you work on comics? Apparently not. He was here for the Bob Ross stream. Blink. I'm like, that's a. Do not troll me. Do not troll me. Okay. This is going by so fast. It's hard to read. It does repeat. What repeats? Your Jedi mind tricks won't work on me. Do you scan these before you mail? I do not. No, my assistant does. I stopped scanning 14 years ago. I don't even replace the lead in pencils anymore. My assistant does that. And stamps. I basically open up, and when you get to a certain point in your career, you don't have to do that kind of stuff. You get people to do that. What pencil do you use before you ink? Well, for this, I just use this. It's a lead stick holder. And what does that mean? Well, there's a lead stick, and you put it inside the holder. Now you see why I don't do it. My assistant can do that in like 0.4 milliseconds. It took me 2 seconds. It slows me down, so I don't bother with those kinds of things. It's like surgery. I go, lead stick holder, ink, like it goes right like that. All right, so I was just doing that because I'm letting the ink dry, so I don't want to smear it on my delicate hands here. And it's just a mess. People usually at this point go like, Jim, you have completely effed this up. Like, I am no longer subscribing. You are a charlatan. You are over the hill. I like your old stuff better. You know, please go back to Marvel, blah, 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 blah. I hate the collar on Superman. I've heard it all before, dude. None of it falls on deaf ears. And that's because I'm old. Anyway, so I have this, and I know, all right, I'm going to go and whiten that up here. I'm going to pick up some highlights here. I'm going to clean up that edge here. So it's all under control. It's all up here. Now I'm taking this very, very thin marker. I'm going to take some of these very kind of messy black shapes, and I'm going to put some edges on it. And once I put the edges on it, it makes it look like I did it on purpose when you see the final image. And that's the difference between impressing someone and not impressing someone. Like, even if it's messy, if it looks intentional, you can't be like, wow, how did that person get that unintentional space to make it look so intentional? That's the magic of art. And hopefully I can demonstrate that for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Happy little psychotic smile. Thank you, Trevor. Trevor's my favorite. What can I say? Really like the Mandarin collar on Superman. All right. I have 500 watching. Bob Ross has 1,700 right now. Well, Bob Ross is no longer with us. So out of respect, I would only imagine that that would happen. And frankly, I should just draw mountains and forests at this point, because really, you're right. I'm giving up, man. I'm wasting my time. This is such a stupid decision. Why? Anyway, all right. Let me finish this off, guys. We're running out of time, and I'm just vamping. All right. What am I going to do? This marker stinks. That is gone. That was dead. All right. That's... Oh, God. Hello? Hey!
I have iPad time.
Sure. Hey, come on over here. Oh, ow! Oh, hey! Hey. It's River. She cut her hair. This is Jackie Jackson. Say hi. Hi. Who do you love more, Mom or Dad?
Mom.
You let me down again. All right.
Is there can you ask, I don't know, what is the best time to stream tomorrow?
Oh, I think Brittany's going to stream tomorrow. So we're thinking, I already knew the answer. He says that all the time. It's an inside joke. It would wreck my wife if he said, like, I love you more than Mom. I'm okay. I can take it. That's what dads, we can handle it. So Brittany wanted to know when, no, that was my son, not my daughter. That was our 4-year-old son. Ask the kids when they're 25 and they need, money to go to Vegas to party, who's their favorite parent? This guy. Anyway, okay, so these are some. So Brittany wanted to know when she should stream tomorrow. She was going to stream, and I think they were planning on doing something where if people cheer or bits or whatever, they can dictate what game is played or what weapon they use or what character they play. What's up?
Oh my god, my iPad's downstairs.
Okay, Brittany can help you find it. Okay.
I always know.
The answers are A, asking a stream is a bad idea. Not that I don't love you guys, but there are 400, 500 people. Every one of you is going to have a different answer. I don't know what's accomplished by asking anything, because you're going to get every single answer possible. Hey, so here's Brittany's Goofy. This is what she did. I thought pretty good. She put her name in it. I don't know if that speaks to her inner narcissism. I do have a degree in psychology, so I don't know. Maybe. This one was Rivers. She was not keen on showing it to me, but I really like it. And, oh wait, it's upside down. Here it is. This is my 6-year-old daughter's drawing of Goofy based on this woman kind of walking us through shapes and stuff. I know I am a dad, proud parent, but this is pretty freaking good. 6 years old. If you go to if you go to Instagram at Crispy Egg Roll, compare. You let me know who you like better. Okay. This one is by Lucas. He's our 17-year-old. I love Renee. Renee always loves it when I troll Crispy. Because one time we were playing PUBG and Crispy kept shooting Renee and made him use up all his med packs, destroyed all his level 3 armor and his helmet, and then Renee went radio silent because that's when you know. Because he's usually very cheerful, but when he's quiet and runs off, he's not happy. So it's just payback. And then this one is by Kelsey. Thought she did a really good job too. Okay, and then here's, are you guys ready? Drum roll. That's horrible. It's tough carrying a team of clowns. Wait, I'm on that team too. All right, this is my Goofy. Here's my Goofy. And as you see, I follow the instructions to a T, honestly. I think I was the best one in the audience. There was like 100 of us. I'm pretty sure there was like a 7-year-old to my left, not good. And there was like this old woman in front of me, horrible. And I'm like, yeah, I could have done this for a living, I think. And so I was just like, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. I was making people cry. Anyway, so this is yeah, it's really safe. This is a boring one. My mic is loud as hell. Okay, I'm going to turn it down. I didn't realize my mic was loud as hell. I'm going to turn this down. I want it to be as loud as heck. Or as loud as... Purgatory? Yeah, is that better? It's the right volume. See, you asked 500 people, is this too loud or not? It's like, no, it's perfect. See, it's not, that other guy. Now you feel stupid, like, oh, maybe I'm the one. Yes, your volume is too high. Now it's too quiet. Your mic is fine. Too low. All right, I'm going to go back up. All right, so I need to finish this really quickly. Okay, what else is going on? And by that, I mean, I want to see what activity is going on here. So, Janella, thank you very much for cheering. Love your work. Hope you can visit the Philippines with Wills. As long as we can bunk together, that's like my only stipulation. Batman Guy 4 has resubscribed. Love the stream. It's always the highlight of my week. Thank you, Batman Guy 4. I can't see my eyesight. Flink, it's far away. Hold on one second. What does it say? Flink, Flynn Kalinki. Hey, Jim, thanks for sharing your wisdom. If you could recommend, I thought it said boobs, but can you recommend books that deal with lighting / rendering? Yes. Except for Gurney, I got those and they're great, but there's no inside to black and white work. I recommend George Bridgman's Guide to Life Drawing. George Bridgman's Guide to Life Drawing. You can find it on Amazon.com. Anespian has resubscribed. Thank you very much. Thank you for this marvelous experience. Obviously, sending me a subliminal message of where this person wants me to work. And T. Carrasco has cheered 100. Thank you. Janella, again. Janella is a big contributor, supporter of the channel, so you guys should thank him. Brandon Louise also. Draw Batman Gotham Gaslight next. He cheered. Thank you very much. Edgar Allan Poe, Edgar Alien Poe has resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much. That is a play on an illusion that no one's going to get at this point. Like, you know. But I got it. I appreciate it. And Will Bruce Art has cheered. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. Another big supporter of the stream. Twin12 has resubscribed. Thank you. Twin12, I believe, also created the tissue emote, which is very cool. And Gluman has resubscribed. Casket Taste. Byron the Bulb. Love your streams, but it's almost my bedtime. That was 41 minutes ago. Sorry, he's probably already snoozing. Well, Bruce Art, 42 minutes ago, cheered 1,000 bits, dude. What's up, Jim? Sorry, can't stay. That sucks. All you guys saying goodbye. Veins the House is resubscribed. Majestic Navajo has resubscribed. That's a pretty cool name. Finally able to catch a stream, and I'm getting such good info on Girl Scout cookies. Is that sarcasm? It's so hard. It doesn't translate well on the web. I think Majestic Navajo would just basically troll me, put me down. I feel bad. Okay. And Janella cheered again back then. All right. And while I was doing all that, Kreleth has subscribed. Bilk83. Bill C, 83, sorry, has cheered. Thank you. This Joker's turning out great. And Lance also cheered. And I think I'm caught up. All right, I can get back to this. I just need to finish. So, what did I was saying before? It's a good idea of taking some of these shapes that look almost too sloppy and making them into something. And that kind of convinces the viewer that it's not so sloppy. It was intentional. So, I'm basically going back in and defining edges, rendering out of the black into the white. And so what that means, what that does is, like, you don't know if it was an accidental sort of shape that was created on the page or if I intended to do it. So you don't know what was sort of hand-drawn, handcrafted versus kind of smeared on the page. All right. There's probably a better way of explaining all that than what I just said. Unless you guys tell me that it made sense, and then that would be my go-to way of explaining it. But what am I doing? I'm like using the wrong controller. It makes sense. Okay. If Crispy gets it, I know all of you got it. Is the in the house emoticon up? No, I haven't. How did you improve so fast after leaving college? Well, I stopped drinking. All right. Carol Dam. Oh, I dropped the pen nib cover. What? I don't know. This pen is. I'll throw it away after this anyway. Okay. All right. So even these, they just look like brush marks at this point. But if I go in and add some detail to the edges and then maybe trap some areas or kind of draw some very non-looking smeared shapes, you don't know if I drew all this in or if it was a smear, right? So I'm basically drawing out of here, adding some kind of detail, right? So now instead of looking like smudges, they look like gray tones. Okay. Oh, I didn't put the eye. The eye is so important. Okay. Got a message from her. Oh, man. I've got an amazing mother-in-law. She's like, I can tell this one story and hopefully won't get back to her because she's not online. But so she's in this hospital and nurse comes in, goes, so my mother-in-law is amazing, sweetheart of a woman, but she's a talker. She's like, she can chat with anyone. Like you're buying groceries and she'll start talking to the clerk or the person working at the register. And she used to carry a book of photos in her purse, and then she'd pull out the photos and start telling people our life story. And then when she got a phone, she'd go through the photo album and kind of show people. Anyway, so a therapist comes in and asks her what her height is, and then she goes, "This is how you become an expert chatter." I mean, for those of you that aren't great conversationalists, have a hard time, when you talk to people, like, what do I talk about? Like, I don't have anything to say. Here's the secret, and it's to take every basic answer and make it a much longer answer. So the nurse comes in and said, so how tall are you? Filling out a form, right? And she goes, well, my driver's license says I'm 5'4", but I'm really 5'3.5". But then in the morning, of course, I'm a little taller. By the afternoon, you're a little shorter. And I was just like losing. I mean, I kept my cool, of course, but like, what? Yeah. So I should actually come up with more complicated answers to all these because I can make these streams like 6 hours long. So to this day, I still don't know what the exact height of my mother-in-law is. And but I think it also speaks to the fact that there really is no one true answer to anything. It does change. And what is more valid? The official documentation of your height, or what you believe your height to be, or the height you are at any given time of the day? How tall am I? I'm 5'3.5", but my driver's license says 5'4" as well. And in the morning, I am a little taller. Afternoon, of course, I'm a little shorter. Yeah. It's what you you just got your Girl Scout cookies? How'd you get them so soon? My mother-in-law and I are the same height. In fact, everyone in our family is exactly the same height, roughly 5'3" to 5'4". There are a couple kids that are like 5'1", but they wear like lifts or heels all the time. So everyone's the same height in our family, except for Lucas. He's like 6 foot tall or something. He's like this freak. When you see when I say freak, lovable freak, he's a son. And when you see the family photo, it's like, and then this like Mount Everest thing kind of. But he wants to be taller even still. He wants to tower over us. Okay. Now this eye kind of vibrates, and so it doesn't have a distinct, it's a very kind of Van Gogh kind of Starry Night effect, if any of you guys are familiar with that amazing painter. And look, if you guys are curious or serious about becoming comic book artists, I urge you, I plead with you, learn something about art, history, other artists outside of the world of comics. It will make you a better artist and give you insight to ways to maybe better define your style. And so Van Gogh is amazing, and that is my tribute to Van Gogh right here. I'll give you guys a minute to weep. Okay, we're done. Rembrandt lighting. Van Gogh the painter. No, Van Gogh the Twitch streamer. Van Gogh the Call of Duty World War II gamer. Van Gogh the swatter. I went too far. That was mean. That was mean. I'm the Bernini of comics. Hey, you guys are fast with the Google. Art Masters. Chiaroscuro. Wow, look at this. There's some knowledge here in the house. I just used that phrase again. Someone like me should not be allowed to use certain phrases. We've established this before. In the house, for sure. Absolutely not. Supercilious, perfectly allowed to use that word, but in the house, no, not really. Verboten. You guys have art history degrees? One of my kids has an art history degree. She knows what's up. I'm not going to Dallas Fan Expo this year. Van is overrated. Whatever, man. All right. Okay, I gotta finish this up. It's 8:45. Okay. As you can see, I am using a series of very, very thin lines to also create gray values. But again, just sort of okay. Oh. Okay, and this is like a thicker marker. And it's also dead. Oh my God. Life is hard. But I'll use the fact that it's kind of a dry brush to kind of do some medium values here. And okay. But we're very happy that the accident that my mother-in-law endured was not. It could have been a lot worse. And but even still, she's got a lot of PT in her future, which sucks. Okay. Okie dokie. I can use okie dokie. I can't use into house, but okie dokie, that's in my wheelhouse, baby. Okie dokie AF. That's what I like to say. Dilly dilly. You are not okie dokie AF. I am so okie dokie AF, dude. Okie dokie in the house. Okie dokie. Jim, stop. Okay. You know, I needed that pen back. Where'd I put it? Sorry. Oh. When you get older, every time you bend over, you make out. You tend to make these noises, like you're a whoopee cushion. Like, yeah, it's bad, dude. Do not get old, guys. Do not do it. If they give you the choice, just say no, thank you, please. Okay. I'm now taking a pencil and create even more gray values. Why not? Okay. And I'm not just throwing them anywhere, although it looks like kind of I am. But so I'm going from the black areas to the white and kind of creating a middle kind of gray value in between. Right? Sure. I'm just asking questions because it's quiet. I know the answers. Of course, that's what I'm doing. What else would you be doing with a gray pencil? You're not whiting out. You're not filling in blacks. Of course, you're creating gray values because you are holding a gray pencil in your hand. Okay. This here is Presto Whiteout. It is super, super dirty looking. This looks like something that, frankly, looks infectious. Well, look at that. Look at you guys. Go. This is the first live stream of yours I've been able to watch, and it's absolutely incredible seeing the process come to life. Hey. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Okay. All right. All the areas that were messed up by the smears kind of not going the way I intended, I'm going to now pick them up and clean them off. Right? Okay. Okay. All right. And I kind of throw these lines in here so you know that this black area here is not the same thing as here. It's hair. It's the shadows in the hair. Right? See how I do that? I fooled ya. Fooled ya. It's a trick. You thought I was hiding that tissue paper in my hand because I was juvenile. No. It was to show you that what I'm doing here is the same thing. It's sleight of hand. It's like it's a trick. It's just lines on paper. It's white out, white, black lines, whatever this is. But you think it's a face. Okay. Just cleaning up this eye here. Some of these shapes that got, again, kind of got obliterated by the the gray here, and then I can even smear it. Oh, that I kind of screwed that up there. Let that dry in a second. Okay. And I'm going to pull out some of these kind of laugh lines and then establish the cheekbone again, because I got caught up in that smear. Okay. And then the side of his neck here. Because again, that kind of got obliterated by the inking. And here's his shoulder. Kind of pulling that back in. Well, it looks a little blown out, doesn't it? At least that's what it looks like on my screen. I'm going to adjust the contrast in 1 second. Because like a lot of the gray tones are not showing up. Obviously I can see them here, but they're not necessarily showing up. Okay. Madness. See what I did there? Joker. Madness, I say. Madness. All right. I think I'm mostly done. Hold on. Is this dry? It is. Okay. Again, I'll take these white blobs and kind of make them into deliberate shapes. Same thing here. Again, just kind of reestablish the edges along that whiteout. Right. And I'll tell you, there are a couple things I don't like. So I'm going to fix that. That line there. The line is cutting across the hairline. Makes no sense. I'm going to adjust the contrast here. It's too much. See how that looks. I'll reduce it just a little bit more. How's that look? Thank you, Janella. Ted Danson. You guys think this looks like Ted Danson? What? Don't worry, I'm just doing this because I know I'm going to basically darken it again. How does that look? All right. So tonight I will post up the streaming schedule for what I think Brittany and Kelsey tomorrow. I think they're going to stream their. They obviously have more flexibility in terms of their daily. I'll be at work. I don't know about that eye. It kind of doesn't look right to me. I want it to be darker. I'm going to gray it out some more. Gray both of these out. And then given that this highlight is right there, I'm going to put, there we go. That looks a little bit better balanced in my opinion. And all right. Okay. Did a little bit of smearing there. Excuse me. I feel like, I pray I'm not coming down with a cold, but I've been traveling so much at this point. Today was very dry and very windy. Oh, that's way too low. What am I doing? Very dry and windy at Disneyland. So the ear is here, so the other ear is got to be here. So gonna mix the. Well, it's still a little wet. Just kind of make it look like his ear's on fire. It's interesting because what you guys are seeing is different from what I'm seeing, and that the resolution of the stream I think could be higher. I'm gonna chance it. I'm gonna go higher for a second, guys. Wish me luck. Let's see what happens if I can just turn up the resolution, because frankly, it's very low. I can't make anything out. Is that better? Right? You can see more detail, right? I can. It's very elongated Batman. Can you just draw? He needs a milk mustache. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this. And okay. Yeah, I think today is 25 subs. The Pluto is for anyone. Okay, that's for 25. I'm gonna do one more because it's 9 o'clock. Wait, I started at 7:30. 9 o'clock should be the ending point. I'm gonna do one more. Should I do one more? Is that a new signature? No, that's just my regular signature. Thank you very much, Sustin Array 112. So, if I could take a commercial break for 1 second, I'm gonna just do one more real quick one. So that Joker will be for sub 25s, and as you can tell, I kind of do different things every stream. I just that's just my nature. But yeah, if you're into supporting the Girl Scouts, hopefully one of the mods can post a link. You can order them online, have them shipped to you if you live in the continental United States. We're actually able to check like who orders how many boxes and stuff, and so it's always nice to see people support, and goes to a good cause. Thank you, Crispy. Can we just spam the whole channel so it's like Girl Scout cookie, like just like fill it, just fill it. So Brittany wants to stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm going to give her the affirmative. So if you guys are around at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, for sure. I just told everyone. And then she wants me to do this. I don't know what this means, but she said do this. Anyway. Okay, and before I finish, I want to thank the mods, Renee and Crispy, for taking time off from their Sunday evening, modding this nonsense, and they always do a phenomenal job. You should also check out the Discord channel. If you don't know what that is, neither did I, but apparently that's what the kids are into. But honestly, it's a way for people on this stream to communicate with each other in between streams, which I found to be one of the things kind of lacking in Twitch, is that how do I follow up on some of the things that were brought up here? How do people kind of give their support and feedback on what they've seen or what they'd like to see? Yeah. Okay. Let me go to Sustin Saray has cheered. Thank you for the cheer. You're the most recent cheerer, so Sustin Saray, if you are still here, do you have a suggestion for a very quick headshot? Sustin, do you? Can someone wake up Sustin Saray? Rue. What? Sorry, I'm... Superman. Sure, why not? All right. Oh. So in Twitch, I had put this up, which is a Superman concept I have for the Action 1000 cover, but I didn't like how this arm turned out. And, there's foreshortening going on, and, how short do I want to make the legs? How quickly do I want it to go small? Like, do I make this leg go here, and does this back leg then go here? That kind of looks better to me. And so I'll still finish this up at some point, but not tonight, because it's going to take more than the 5 or 10 minutes that I would like to do this next sketch in. But I should erase the parts I don't like to make to indicate that I understand it doesn't look good. Frankly, that arm should be like all black, something like that. Thumb, fist, right? And maybe this cape. nib. And I haven't eaten dinner yet. I am powered right now by Starbucks Mocha, Disneyland Churro, and some weird tofu rice bowl thing that they have there with Korean, spicy Korean sauce, which I don't know what I was eating, dude. How they can pass that off and call it food, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so this arm was problematic, as I think was evident in what you saw before. So I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. Okay. How meta is that, dude? Okay? Right here. Okay. That's all you need to know. Okay. So that's for later. Superman. Oh, someone said, like, can you draw without penciling? Hell yeah. For the record, I never say hell yeah. That's like the first time I've said it my entire life. What else do I have lying around that's not finished? I have a lot. I have a lot. Very active hands. Where are my markers? I have to get out of the seat. All right, sorry, I'll be right back. I have literally boxes of markers on the other side here. So, okie dokie, let's do it. This will be a lit sketch. Oh my gosh. All right. What am I doing? Okay. I'm going to try to draw without penciling underneath. Should I do that? I don't know. Seems dangerous to me. But if every piece that you're doing makes sense, and you understand the structures and the shapes of things, it's almost like math, right? You should be able to prove it both ways, right? Once you've guessed at what x and y are, you can double check your answer by plugging in x and y into the equation and solving for it. Okay? And so everything that you draw fits into each other neatly like that. So even though I've just drawn the eyes, if I draw them just right, I can see the bridge of the nose. I can see the angle of the forehead in the lines I'm putting down. Does that make sense? But let me tell you, this is a horrible way to teach drawing. You look at Pluto. She didn't just start drawing like whatever. She made me, you know, she made me. The one thing I wish she did was draw the whole, like show me what we were trying to draw, because I had no idea. And so I was like, how big is this? Is this the nose? I don't know. Is this the body? And so I was kind of hedging my bets. I would have drawn the head a lot longer, bigger. But like, oh, you start with a circle. Okay, and then you draw this and that, and then you draw kind of bloobs here and here. And then you draw in the center, was it here? Or was it here? I've already forgotten. I think it was here. Right? Right? And then So, so knowing those kinds of shapes are good. I actually like this Pluto a lot better because it has some life to it. I was just kind of really following her shapes so closely. Okay. Thank you, HiTran86 for subbing. Pluto, Goofy. Like, dude, I have no idea whether I drew Pluto or Goofy. I could never figure that they really don't know the difference. It's like Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent without eyeglasses. I get so lost. I have no idea. This marker is dead. What marker was I using? Okay. Now, the tricky part is, where's that nose go? Well, that nose goes right there. Nostril there. So this is just like drawing Pluto, Goofy, whatever I was drawing there. It's like the same, exact same principles apply, except in my head I've kind of put those shapes that I drew in there. Now, depending on exactly where this upper lip goes, will define the structure of the skull underneath. Right? This part of the upper lip is longer than this, right? I've foreshortened it, so it's like we're seeing the long edge of seeing the long edge of this and the short edge of this. See how this edge to you looks shorter than this? They're the same length, right? So this is the upper lip. Now I'm going to turn it, and you're going to see more of this part of the lip and less of this because it's perspective. Okay. All right. Cheekbone, chin, hair. So then this line here defines this part of the head. Where this ear goes will then dictate the rotation or the spherical. I'm so tired. The spherical circumference of the skull. Circumference is the outside line. Okay. The shadow underneath the ear helps sell this idea that this ear pops up above. Right? That little crevice helps sell the illusion of a divot in the ear. You ever wonder why there are all these weird kind of undulations and shapes inside the ear? Do they help bounce sound? Does anyone know? Does anyone hear an ear major? The crash begins after 90 minutes. I'm going to have little sleep tonight, aren't I? For acoustics. Yeah, if that's the case, I'm gonna design a theater room that has this big crevice and this. Can you imagine if I made speaker grills that look like ears? Because that's nature's most. Whatever. They should be flat panels with a hole in the center. And maybe a little tiny subwoofer underneath, but that's it. I think they're just little areas for like, body wax to accumulate. Okay. It's a little sketchy right now because this marker is running low, and I want to finish this now. So here's what we got going on. Okay. Plus, you guys have things to do. I can sense that people they want to go to bed. But this is too, it's like a car wreck. You can't look away. Right? All right, so tomorrow, Brittany, I think, and maybe Kelsey will be streaming. They'll be playing games if you guys want to dictate kind of how they play and who they play and what game. There will be some interaction via cheers or I don't know, however they want to work it. But they're excited to get back. I think this will be their first streams of the new year. They had finals and some other stuff, I think, to deal with. School, real life things going on. And then I'm going to Orlando this week. I'll be back Saturday very late, and I will be streaming again Sunday morning, and that will be the draw along. And so hopefully we'll have some fun there. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, Renee and Crispy, I do bag on, well, not Renee, but Crispy, and because I know he secretly enjoys it. And we're going to give these away. So the Pluto will be to anybody. The Superman will be to any subscriber, and then the Joker will be 25 on, right? There will be no silent auction today. I don't intend to do a silent auction every single time. As you can see, I'm not someone that really enjoys doing the same thing over and over. And I want to keep you guys on your toes. Okay. If I had... Where's the thicker marker for this? There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, share it via social media. I'm not sure what you would say. I think the chief challenge that Twitch has in trying to attract people that are interested in just watching creators draw or create is that it's primarily for gamers. That's kind of how it grew. He looks so pensive. He looks worried. He's Superman. Okay. Trying to make this a little more finished by doing this. Alrighty, let's do this quickly. I know you guys have some Z's to catch. No streams Super Bowl Sunday because I'll be lit. When is Super Bowl? Is it this next Sunday? Is that Super Bowl? How do you think? 10 minutes. Oh, yes. Can someone say? Yes, I know this is lit AF. for sure. Is it this Sunday? All right, Super Bowl Sunday. I think it's in the early evening, so I'm pretty sure, unless it's in the morning. I will find out. If it conflicts with the Super Bowl, I don't want to compete with the Super Bowl because I don't want to take away viewers. You know, it's an American halftime pastime, and I know their attendance was a little challenged this year. Stop, Jim. Okay, all right, here we go, guys. This is for Pluto or Goofy. Sorry, my one and only. It says Disney Animation Academy. This was actually drawn on the premises of Disneyland, and these are important details for you guys to put in your eBay auctions. You'll say this, the Providence, as they say. This sketch was drawn by Jim Lee at Disneyland. And it's only Pluto/Goofy. Or he say he was trying to draw Goofy, but he drew Pluto or whatever. Anyway, here's the end. This is for anyone. The winner is Guy 5081. He's been following since January 28th. Isn't today January 28th? Wow. First time winner. Wow. You should quit now, dude. Basically, if you live outside the United States, I'm going to ask you to reimburse me for postage. If it's in the United States, I cover the $5 or $6. All right. Congrats. Everyone hates you. I mean, I love you, but I'm just saying everyone in chat because you just started following this channel today. That's what they would call beginner's luck. Okay. Next one is this Superman. And look, I'm going to go ahead and add some extra rendering. See how that all lines up? Got a cheer or something. What is this, Jim? Stop. They just want to go to bed. They don't care about this. They just want to know who the winner is. Okay, fine. Can't help it. Did that make it any better or worse? Acoustics. Yeah. That's why all our radar devices look like big ears. They're discs. We should have discs on the side of our head. We should have, yeah, it should look like this. It should look like this. We should have two of these. Right? That's how you funnel sound in. Acoustics. All right, whatever. Superman, this one is for just subs. Any sub, very quickly. The winner is Soulless in Society. I have met Soulless in Society. He's a fine Korean gentleman, Washington, D.C. Okay. Okay. The last one is for sub 25s. For those of you who are confused, so the way Twitch works is that you can watch for free, which is awesome. More power to you. Everyone can watch free, at least on this channel. Some channels are restricted to just subs. Or you can subscribe, and that you pay money. And so there are 3 levels of participation or support. $5 a month, $4.99, $9.99, and $24.99. So every stream, I try to pick a different category to be eligible to win a giveaway. And not every channel, in fact, most channels don't give away stuff. I feel funny taking money and not giving something back. So this is my attempt at dealing with my guilt. So in this, you have to be a sub 25 to win. There's no way using the software I use to identify who's a sub 5, 10, or 25. So what we do is if you get chosen, you have to flash an emoticon that is reserved for people that are subscribing at the $25 level. And that is a Batman head. And you can see in chat all the people that basically saying, I'm better than you. I've got a sub 25 membership. You don't. That's right. I mean, that's the only point of flashing it before someone's won, right? It's just to kind of show off. But I love these guys. They're my support team. All right. Yeah, see? Why he's basically calling you out. All right, so I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to grab some dinner because I'm starving. Again, thank you, Ren, thank you, Crispy, thank you, all the people that tuned in. I actually, frankly, didn't think that many people would tune in this late at night, so very, very pleased with the turnout. Okay? Illuminati's, I like it. So this one will be subs only. So after your name gets picked and people curse you out, you need to flash the Batman emoticon right away. And if you don't, I have to re-roll it. So apology. That's what we call a crispy re-roll. All right, here we go. All right, Book and Red, 1442. I think Book and Red's already won before, but Book and Red, are you a 25 sub? Are you? Book and Red. Book and Red. Book and Red. Book and Red. Are you alive? Book and Red actually won something recently too. That's the thing. So this is where I would flash the crispy reroll emote because again, this is horrible that this even has to happen, but there's no way for me to differentiate between the 5, 10, and 25s. And I wanted to give people that subscribe different levels a different value. So I apologize. Okay, so I'm going to have to re-roll it. All right. All right, here we go. Daniel Trulin, no, you can't. If you upgrade at the moment you win, you would be ineligible. So, sorry. Oh, look, I'm doing this for a while. Don't worry. Book and Red won twice, and there are people that haven't won once. I mean, it's crazy. And then there are people like Crispy that won, just like Book and Red, but didn't have the right sub. So it does happen. I apologize. But until they give me the ability to kind of parse it out a little tighter between the sub levels, I can't. This, unfortunately, I don't know what to do. All right, here we go. Chrome Dome 618. He's just following, though. He's not even a subscriber. How is this possible? Sorry. No, eligibility. I have subs, mods, users. That doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you, this Nightbot, Chrome Dome's not even a sub. This Nightbot software, I think it just is not good. Yeah, I'm telling you. How can it be? I agree. You know what? Okay. Hold on a second, guys. Wasn't there like a... Oh, sorry, I take it back. All right, for the time being, I'm just going to have to do it, but I'm telling you, eligibility, mods, subscribers, users. Oh, you know what? Maybe because I had users. My fault, user error. All right, sorry. So I can't have users tagged as well. So if I click that, now it's just mods and subs. The mods are subscribers, so we're all good. It was my fault. Nightbot, I apologize. All right, here we go. The winner is Distortron, following since January 28th. That's today. Subscriber, are you a 25? Distortron, please put me out of my misery. I need to eat. Flash that Batman emoticon. No! Okay, he is not. Sorry. All right, I'm going to quickly go, and we're going to roll again. Here we go. TK Pitts, subscriber, following since October 15th. TK Pitts, are you? I'm just going to keep rolling. You got to... Yes, I see TK Pitts has got it. Hey, Mason, how are you? Awesome. We have a winner. Chicken dinner. Hey, Mason, how are you doing? You're right there. You need to move right over here to be in the frame. There you go. All right, finally, after 15 minutes of rolling. All right, thank you very much, guys. I need to eat and make sure the kids are in bed. Who knows what they're doing at this point? Jackson could be
Asleep.
cooking.
He's asleep.
Oh, Mason was on top of it. All right, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. And look for Brittany and Kelsey this week. And I think Mason might stream as well. All right.